Once upon a time, in a crowded neighborhood, there lived a man named Williams Adewale. But nobody called him Williams. Nobody respected his real name. Instead, everyone called him Mr. Fatima. Why? Because of his size. He was big, round, and heavy. Wherever he went, his body shook like a drum. Children would laugh behind him, shouting, "Mr. Fatima! Mr. Fatima!" Neighbors would smile wickedly and say, "Here comes Fatima, the landlord of food." The truth was, Williams loved food. He was a foodie. Every day, he could eat a big bowl of iba with egusi soup and 5 pieces of meat in one sitting. Sometimes, he would finish an entire plate of jollof rice and still ask for more. His love for food was so much that even walking short distances became a struggle. His heavy steps echoed through the street, his breathing loud and tired. At first, Williams tried to ignore the insults, but the mockery grew every day. In the market, women would laugh and say, "Don't let Mr. Fatima near the meat stall, he will finish everything." Sometimes bus conductors would refuse to let him enter. "2 seats! You must pay for 2 seats!" they shouted as passengers laughed. But the greatest shame lived inside his home. His wife, Bisi, had grown tired of his poverty and his weight. One night during dinner, she dropped her spoon angrily on the table and said, "Williams, look at you. You eat like a king but work like a slave. Other men are building houses, you are building only your stomach." Her words cut deeper than knives. Then one evening, the greatest blow came. He returned home tired from a mechanic job, his hands covered in grease, only to find his wife's clothes gone. The wardrobe was empty. On the bed lay a single note. "I cannot continue like this. I cannot stay married to a man who is fat and broke. Don't look for me." Williams read the letter again and again. His chest tightened. His tears dropped. He sat on the floor, his large body shaking, his heart broken beyond repair. That night, for the first time in his life, he went to bed without food. But sometimes, pain becomes the beginning of change. Williams wiped his tears and made a promise to himself. "I will not remain like this. They will never call me Mr. Fatima again." From that day, he worked harder than ever. He was a mechanic by morning, a bricklayer in the hot afternoon sun, a cleaner at night, and a taxi driver whenever there was time. His body ached, his hands bled, his back hurt, but he never stopped. Neighbors laughed again. "See Mr. Fatima, oh, he wants to kill himself with work." But Williams ignored them. Every coin he earned, he saved. Not for food, not for drink, but for something greater. At last, he gathered enough money for a gym membership. The first day he entered the gym, laughter followed him like a shadow. His tracksuit was too tight, his stomach rolled over his belt, and when he tried to lift the smallest dumbbell, his arms trembled. "Don't break your back, Fatima," someone shouted. "Go and lift a mala instead." But Williams did not listen. He had made up his mind. He paid for a personal coach. The coach, a young energetic man named Tunde, saw determination in Williams' eyes. Day after day, Tunde drilled him like a soldier. Push-ups, sit-ups, weightlifting, running. At first, Williams cried from the pain, but Tunde encouraged him. "Pain is your friend. Every drop of sweat is a step closer to the man you want to become." Soon, they became best friends. Tunde taught him how to eat right. No more oily stews, no more late-night bowls of iba. Instead, vegetables, grilled fish, eggs, and water. At first, it felt like punishment. But slowly, Williams began to feel lighter, stronger, and faster. Months rolled by. The fat melted away. His arms grew powerful, his chest wide, his shoulders strong. The man who once looked like a sack of rice began to look like a lion. And while his body was transforming, his destiny was transforming too. Williams used the discipline from the gym in his hustles. He expanded his taxi driving into a small transport company. His mechanic skills grew into a workshop where he employed others. He saved, invested, and bought more cars. Soon, he was no longer living in a single rented room. He bought land, built houses, opened businesses. The man who once begged for transport fare now had drivers saluting him. He continued his fitness journey, day by day, pushing himself harder. Slowly, his massive belly shrank. His arms and chest grew stronger, and his shoulders broadened. Step by step, sweat by sweat, he became a solid, muscular man, strong, confident, and unstoppable. From fat to fit, from broke to business owner, from mocked to respected. Mr. Fatima was dead. In his place stood Mr. Williams, strong, wealthy, and powerful. Now women who once laughed at him lined up to smile at him. Neighbors who mocked him now rushed to greet him. The same streets that had once cursed him now whispered his name in respect. But the greatest drama was yet to come. One afternoon, a knock came at his mansion door. Williams opened it, and there stood Bisi. Time had not been kind to her. She looked worn, her beauty faded, her voice desperate. "Williams," she said softly, tears in her eyes. "Please, I made a mistake. I didn't know you would become this man. Take me back. Let us start again." Williams looked at her for a long moment. His mind replayed the nights of hunger, the days of sweat, the insults, the note that called him hopeless. Then, with a calm smile, he said, "Bisi, I don't go back to what broke me. Exams I've already failed. I don't repeat." He closed the door, leaving her standing at the gate of the man she once despised.